Hey guys, before we start, I just wanted to give you guys a few announcements. One is that I might, very much emphasis on the might, I might be streaming this coming Saturday. There's this game coming out called Escape from Ever After. It looks really fun. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if this video gets to 50 likes, I've been getting a lot of requests to do 2011 in animation. So if we get to 50 likes, I'll do 2011 in animation in May. Because I got the first 4 months of this year pretty booked right now. But I will do 2011 in May if this video gets 50 likes. I think that's it. So I will see you guys later. Who suggested a Game Mill game? Malfunction Productions? Ah, come on, you were doing so good. Yeah, I did talk about this game in my DreamWorks game ranking, and I just remember fucking hating it. But hey, almost a year since that video, and I still haven't done the damn outright ranking. This sucks. Oh well, for now, let's take a look at DreamWorks All-Star Kart Racing. Yeah, DreamWorks had quite a few racing games, and I remember this being the second worst Superstar Karts. Was I being dramatic, or did I have legitimate problems with this game that justify being in the bottom 10 of that ranking? Well, let's find out. Actually, it's worth reminding that a lot of the appeal to Malfunction's comment was that Diane was in it. I don't remember her being in it, though. Well, it turns out this game has a challenge mode, and I just found a new respect for this game. There are simple-ass challenges, but you complete enough of them and you can unlock, yes, the darling Crimson Paw herself, Diane Foxington. But first, I gotta get through Tier 1. I don't want to unlock that fuck-ass baby. Dude, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna critique as I go through these. The voice acting is over the top. Remember how bad Hank's voice acting was in that Paws of Fury game? Multiply that by 2. Listen to Wolf here. He's getting straight teeth. You can't convince me otherwise. Quick, who's getting the best head?
Whoa! Watch me go!
Shrek, there is nothing going on in this game that requires that reaction. The racing is really slow. When you don't have an immediate way to speed yourself up, you can go to the slowest damn pace I've ever seen in a racing game. Kinda makes sense that Game Mill also did the Nickelodeon Kart Racer games because these are practically the same damn game right down to the flaws. But as an overall package, I'll admit I was wrong. This game is actually really fine. It's not a great kart racer, but I guess it's fine. Game Mill hasn't even made a game better than Rudolph, so okay, maybe prove me wrong. Let's get a suggestion for a good Game Mill game. If we can do that, I'd be set. Oh my god. After hours of... It was 45 minutes, but finally, the race to unlock Diane. Oh, of course, Wolf's down bad ass is in the driver's seat. Even on the racetrack, these two are flirting. My Shayla. I can finally play as her. Diane, I'm coming home, sweetie. I feel lucky and I feel blessed. The sun is shining, so take a breath for the good life, good life. We heading for the good life, good life. Yeah. I'm never playing this damn game again. Yeah, I can admit I was wrong about how bad it really was, but yeah, it's still not a great racing game. It's still got the Game Mill flaws, and the racing isn't that fun. But I guess I can safely say a game on my Steam account has Diane Foxington in it. What a wonderful day! And until one of these companies want to make a bad guy standalone licensed games, I'm kind of stuck with this. With that, welcome back everybody to License to Game, the series where I take a look at requested licensed games. We got 12 games to get through here. Make sure to subscribe and leave your suggestion in the comments below. You'll get a shout out just like Malfunctions here. Make sure you format it similar to this as well. If there's a specific console you want me to talk about the game on, make sure to specify. And something I want to implement from here on out, if I did miss your suggestion from a past video, please leave it here as well. I want to really catch up on these. With that, let's continue. Well, we got our next request from Orbulon, who requested Meet the Robinsons on PS2. Yeah, this makes sense. I'm going to be doing 2007 next week, so it kind of makes sense to play one of my favorite movies from that year. Surprisingly, I haven't played a lot of tie-in games for Disney movies. Yeah, I've played the few Pixar games, but not straightforward whatever this is. Meet the Robinsons, an underrated gem of the time. And if I remember, I mean, it's been a while, the Bolt game and the Chicken Little games are pretty alright. Maybe this era actually had something going for it, it just wasn't ticket sales or consistent quality. So let's check out Meet the Robinsons on PS2. This menu music sounds familiar. Never thought I'd get a nostalgia trip for a game I didn't play as a kid. Alright, Wilbur, you a little too excited to be on the PS2, my friendo. Ladies and gentlemen, Meet the Robinsons on PS2. I'm sorry, I must have put in the Mummy game. No, of course, this is just the build up to Wilbur tomb raiding. And honestly, if that's the concept of the game, where we're going back in time to different places and exploring history, I mean, that's what they set up in the opening cutscene. I've got to get my picture with Abraham Lincoln. He's called Honest Abe for a reason. He freed the slaves. What? And then I realized Disney must have had something to do with Sponge Out of Water, because talk about false advertising. That tomb session, that's a tutorial and nothing more. It tells me that there's no jump button. Okay, I can't bitch about the game I didn't get. Rather, I can bitch about the game I did get. Talk about basic, dude. This game is fine, but that is about all I can say. It is the direct definition of PS2 licensed game. Outside of a few things I enjoy, this game is just so boring. The entire first level is us talking to every member of this huge-ass family asking who changed the garage code. We go from our darling mother to the singing frogs to cousin Laszlo, and I'm glad I recently watched the movie for 2007 because I would not remember their names. Then we go to Aunt whoever she is and the grandpa and then the Adam West character, and it got really repetitive. All to show us the abilities we have, which is one thing I did like. There's our gun, which allows us to shoot, our scanner, which I never really used past its original purpose, and our charger ball glove, which allows us to stun enemies. The only issue I had with these gadgets is the aim mode. It's a bit janky, but these gadgets made it at least fun to fuck around with. I'm gonna keep it 20 with you. I never understood the charge ball minigame. I want it, but I didn't really know how I want it. All this for that cringe-ass cannonball guy to tell us we need to dodge some food.
You'll have to face my cannon challenge.
Your talk does not frighten me, Uncle.
Very well. It's time for a light brunch.
Why does he talk like he's from Xavier Renegade Angel, dude?
Truly, you are one with the meatball.
That's also the problem. Well, some of the game is genuinely funny, and by the way, I haven't even mentioned the game's really smooth animation. This was a PS2 game in 2007. It didn't have to be this good. But some of the humor highlights the humor of Meet the Robinsons. And you know what's really weird? There's one character who doesn't appear in this game. Can you guess who that character is? Yep, Lewis, one of the main two characters of the film. He appears as his older self, but the younger version of Lewis doesn't appear. He's on the cover in the background, but he's nowhere to be seen. Bake those cookies, Lucille! This game isn't offensive. It's not that, it's just basic. I know it sounds like I'm just bitching because I thought the game was going to be something else, but dude, I'm not doing that. I'm not! Again, thank you, Orbulon, for the request. It's not even a bottom 10 game or even a bottom 20. It's just basic, and at the end of the day, maybe I misunderstood something in the mix. Well, next up we got Speed Racer on the Wii from Mike. I was gonna put this in the previous entry, but time constraints got in my way. Presumably, based on when this game would have come out, it was based on the movie. Oh, thank God, what would the box office be without the Wii tie-in game? Huh, yeah, obviously the movie's a bit flawed, but Speed Racer is a cool property, so let's try it out. Hey, so quick heads up, I have never watched anything Speed Racer apart from the movie, so I might not know some of these characters. Let's do a championship. Oh yeah, baby! Yeah, this is Speed Racing! Woohoo! This game sucks, but I kinda love it at the same time. The basic idea is speed racing. The game moves so fast, which you can expect with the title. The game just isn't very good, but it is just a below average racing game. See, the racing itself is fine, but the difficulty is all over the place. In this race, I struggled to maintain 7th place. Sometimes I'd be in 6th, sometimes 7th. This race, I was undisputed 1st place by 2nd lap. It's either super challenging or piss poor easy. And the tracks claim to be different, but I don't know, seem kinda same to me. But the racing itself is so damn janky, but really fun. I put this one pretty high for getting that down. The other things are just nitpicks at the end of the day. Next up, we got another European game. Well, last time I chose to bleed out internally, so now we have a request from Spaceboy CT Studios, his first request on the show. Smarty's Meltdown. Look, if Ultimate I Spy counts, this definitely does. Based on the candy of the same name, though not the fucking chalk we have in the States. No, as this was a Europe-only release, this is based on the chocolate Smarties from overseas. I gotta admit, 3 things make me jealous of British people. Top Gear, PlushPaw, and their Smarties. So, come on, a game based on Smarties has to be good. Oh, good lord, you test me in funny ways. I think this is the first time any game I've ever played has immediately left me speechless. At least the credits rolled in the Home Alone game, okay? And then it chose to crush my nuts. This one didn't even wait, it gave me the language screen and Comic Sans, and what the fuck is this game? This game is in fact a platformer where you play as a Smarty. You gotta collect Smarties and make it past ass difficult levels and very easy to beat enemies. That seems simple, but trust me, this game controls horribly. The camera just does whatever it wants, and the jumping specifically is atrocious. And don't get me started on the Smarties. They talk. What, did the 2 people who worked on this realize most games of this era have voice acting, but they already blew the budget on this sleek main character design? So did they just do this?
Oh shit, we are here, Blue.
Is that good? Do I look like I care, fuckboy? Damn, you annoying. Cannot stand working with your ass. How does your double chin have a double chin? Smarty's meltdown, the only meltdown I'm having is this one, because I work with Eric Cartman. Talking about, hey, you guys, you look like an entire mountain. Mountain Dew that is, fat fuck. Talking about Baja Blast. You can Baja Blast milk out them titties, Tubbs. Look at your face, Louise head ass. Talking about, I love you, Rio. Oh, hold on. No one told me I was working with comic book guy. Worst game ever. That's you, bro? Nah, Bubble Bass, is that you? Talking about, I'll take a double triple bossy deluxe animal style. Speaking of animal style, you think I was gonna let up on the furry stuff? What was that thumbnail, bro? We are not gonna gloss over that. Mad disrespect to the governor, man. If that fox was Donald Trump, would you sexualize it? Didn't think so, liberal.
Not even talk about the game anymore. This is just hurtful.
Jesus. Okay, so we gotta find a certain amount of Smarties to move on to the next level. Okay, a few notes. This game's level design is just bad, dude. Bare bones, man. They obviously just textured a science fiction hallway and made that the game's entire look. Even when it got to decent level design, it just felt like it was doing the bare minimum. Sometimes I'd walk over a power-up without knowing it, and suddenly I'm a can of Chef Boyardee.
Boy, this stuff is good.
Head ass. This part, oh my god, I had to shoot this sensor to deactivate the force field, but I couldn't figure out the aim button. I would later, but I completely forgot it. I also recorded this at 1 a.m., so I think that might be my fault partially. Spaceboy, why? I collaborated with you. I let you on my channel. I had faith in you, and you did this to me. A game that, mind you, didn't even need Smarties attached. Yeah, if you just replace the Smarty character with anything else, a blue circle with no details on it, it's the same damn game. There's no reason for this basic-ass platformer to have an official candy brand attached to it. Also, while that voice of Blue here might sound familiar, I very hesitantly looked up the IMDb page for this, and the VA for him sadly didn't do much outside of this. Wait, this game released in 2006? Are you fucking kidding me? A game like this... Okay, let's give some retrospective. The Over the Hedge game, Cars game, and Barnyard game all came out that same year. You can't deny the quality difference. Maybe you just have to look at this game not having a big budget, but either way, Jesus. Spaceboy, do me a favor and redeem yourself, dude. Thanks for the request either way, but Lord have mercy, my friend. Well, next up we got a mixed bag of requests, so of course it's time to visit Dom's request. TMNT Danger of the Ooze for the Xbox 360. Something I've never gotten a chance to talk about, a TMNT game. That's kind of crazy when you consider I'm a big Turtles nerd. And I've never played this one, though it looks like it's based on the 2012 series, Instant Win. Now, it should also be said, Dom didn't just request this. For some reason, when I posted the unofficial list of games I was going to record for the licensed game video, Talby Tick, a frequent requester for the show, also hyped it up, saying Dom was the GOAT for suggesting this. Really? So, I not only have the guy who requested a Wreck-It Ralph on the Wii who requested the game, but a guy who has requested some decent titles I haven't played yet. I'm working on Deadpool, it's really hard to find. Also endorses the request. I got my eyes on this game. I have to say, it's weird as hell to me that this game has so much hype around it, but come on, there's no way in hell this is a good game. Well, fuck me in the ass, this is a good game. The game, of course, is a game where you play as the Turtles. You go through suspiciously shaped levels. I'm opening fire if this ends with Ralph telling me he likes to make gamers happy. But make no mistake, the level design is the only thing these two have in common. The combat is silky smooth, and while I ran into trouble when it came to multiple enemies, it still never felt overwhelming. Switching through the different weapons alongside the different turtles made this such a fun experience. And it captures the design of the show very well. Now, I do have one nitpick, and it's just what I discussed, the level design. Yeah, this is giving. I hate to see my beloved home like this. And sadly, it goes to the one gameplay issue I had where I couldn't see what was coming up sometimes, and I'd run into an enemy completely blind. Also, when we got gun enemies, that's when I usually had the most trouble. My god, Dom, you gave me okay, not a 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10, but an 8 out of 10 experience I'm glad I had. Mind you, I think Dom might have had the best redemption arc of all time. He went from whatever that is to back-to-back requests that showed he had good taste to a game I easily might just call the best of the night. That'll do, Dom. That'll do. Okay, so every so often I get a request for a game I just have never heard of, but I don't doubt for a second exists. Not even for a little second. When I heard the title and considered this was a first-timer on the show, I became increasingly curious. With that from I Love Grits, you and you alone, buddy, we have the History Channel Civil War, A Nation Divided. I don't even want to question it. Let's dive right in. I couldn't get past the first mission. A game divided amongst itself would be better than this. Oh man, I wanted to like this way better. When I heard that crazy ass request and the fact I didn't know what to expect with it, I was hoping I would stumble upon a real gem, but you can just clearly tell this was Activision's high off of their Call of Duty fame. The game is a Civil War reenactment, right down to the voice acting matching people who cannot for the life of them actually imitate historical figures. You can choose to either be the North or the South. I'm concerned what people will think of me if I choose the South, so yeah, I'm gonna go with North for now. Only time I'll ever be okay with North, by the way. You gotta plow through enemies to reach objectives. It's frustrating because at least with Call of Duty, the weapons were modern opposed to this shit. It took me forever to reload my pistol, and I forgot this was the 1800s. At that rate, I was kinda surprised I wasn't dead. The game has the right idea. I like the idea of just doing more historical wars in these kinds of games, but it's too frustrating to control and easy to die. And if you die, you restart from the beginning. I hate that I didn't even get 10 minutes out of it. But I've always stressed to everyone who requests games on this show, just because you request it and I don't like it doesn't mean I don't appreciate the request. The fact you took your time out of your day to comment a game you remember and want me to talk about is all the reward I need, so please keep it up. And this isn't even as bad as Smarty's Meltdown, so I'll give it that, but otherwise, I didn't care for this one, I'm afraid. Well, next up we have Rango on the Xbox 360, requested by Cabanana. Man, getting my 360 fix today. Rango is of course a fucking awesome movie, so it makes sense that it got a game. I'm sure if it didn't beat out the tough competition in 2011 though, we'd be singing a different tune. Yeah, I realized by the early 2010s, licensed games were kinda dying out. I can't name a single one from 2016 to 2021, alright? So it is kind of weird that a movie from 2011 got a full-on tie-in the same year Skyrim and fuck all else dropped. Playing through the game, I'll be damned, it was pretty good. The game is a mix of action and platforming. You play as Rango as you venture through the West. Super simple but very effective on one element, the shooting. Shooting enemies in this game is so satisfying and easy to control. It almost makes me forget how easy it is to get hit. And probably the biggest problem with the game, while the shooting is great, when it comes to other combat, it's pretty rough to get down. It also shows its age a bit. Graphically, this doesn't hold up the best. But otherwise, color me impressed. This is a fun shoot 'em up. He wants a glass of water! Platforming and shooting is smooth. There's a segment at the end of every level with this bullet you control. It might be the surprise of the episode for me. Thanks, Cabanana, for the request. And ladies and gentlemen, here's just a cameo from PlushPaw. I completely forgot he was gonna do one for Rango. That's my bad, thank you!
Hey, it's the Crimson Paw here. Wait, no, that's my wife. I thought for my cameo here, I'd cover Rango in a perspective I knew was different to Xander's own. You see, on my channel, one of the things I do is hunt PlayStation Platinum trophies. As far as Rango's Platinum is concerned, it's mostly solid, but it's got some problems. For a quick rundown to those unfamiliar, a Platinum trophy is basically a trophy you get for getting all other trophies for a game. Not counting any DLC, but Rango doesn't have DLC. Rango's Platinum will have you get all collectibles, along with doing other smaller things like beating an entire level without dying, beating a Roadrunner section without dying, launching 10 foes off of the side of a train, things like that. It's mostly really fun, but then you have the unfortunate grind. You see, you need all upgrades, which is already a lot, but then there's the trophy for getting 200,000 stars. It's a slog to get through, so if you want a Platinum, genuinely get every upgrade that gets you stars faster as soon as possible. It's a needlessly long grind already. You may as well just play the entire game a second time, because I basically had to do that to get the Platinum. Oh, also, you need to beat the game on hard for a trophy, but genuinely just play hard the first time you go on the game. Like, it's not even hard on hard mode, so you may as well just do it straight away. Despite the grind though, the game is pretty fun, and I think if you want to go for all trophies on a PS3 game, Rango's a good one to go for. With that said, I have some business with Diane. I mean the Crimson Paw, who no one knows the identity of.
Another DreamWorks game, okay, I see it. This one's from Chance Norman. If I recall, this is their first request. This was another one I talked about way over yonder, but this will be cool as, if you guys were here for the DreamWorks game ranking, you'll know that for it and the SpongeBob game ranking specifically, I didn't have an Xbox 360 to record the games on. So it'll be nice to revisit the game with all the actual hardware and the actual physical game. So, we have Rise of the Guardians on Xbox 360. I was not wrong at all. Yeah, I put this game in the middle of the pack with the DreamWorks games as I didn't really care for it, but I didn't hate it. I think that perfectly reflects here. I can't blame not having the hardware because now I do. This game's not bad, it's just really freaking boring. The basic quest of the game is to bring up the holiday spirit. Pitch's forces are ruining the holidays, so we play as the Guardians, going around different areas and filling this meter up. This isn't a bad game by any means, but if memory serves me right, this was in the 20s range on that ranking, and I think that sums it up. There's just nothing to it, man. It's a very slow and sometimes even boring beat-em-up style game that has a good idea behind it. You have to complete different quests around the area, sometimes beating up Pitch's minions, protecting your friends from Pitch's minions, saving your friends from Pitch's minions. The only issue is everything in this game takes you so damn long. Like, protecting this elf seems like a decent enough quest, except it takes forever. No joke, this timer takes about 4 to 5 minutes. It feels like that, dude. I mean, I can't act like this game is frustrating to play or has any issues that make it stand out in a bad way. It's just a really boring game. Regardless, thank you, Chance, for the request, and keep it up. I always appreciate it. Otherwise, it's bad enough the film bombed out. On top of that, the developers of this game realizing what they were working on. Well, next up we got the Lego Movie video game, a request from Ian Luciano.
He's talking about Lego games again!
Yeah, don't know what I did to deserve this. My second most popular video on the platform, and somehow that's not a good thing. Whatever, let's take out one of the only Lego games I would consider a licensed game. Lego Movie video game based on Lego Movie from 2014. I think this was that era of Lego games where, you know, they were trying but not as hard. I think Lego was focusing their effort elsewhere, and such games like Lego Hobbit, Lego Worlds, all of these from the mid-2010s, they weren't nearly to the standard we set for these games. They're all for goddamn babies. If memory serves me right, I was a tad mean to this one. I remember the controls being a bit frustrating, and the fact it was a Lego game of a Lego movie, that kind of annoyed me. But looking back, yeah, I was mean to it. Yeah, I think this game's pretty alright, actually. Think about this, I'm recording this footage more than likely a whole year after recording the footage for the Lego game ranking. The game does follow the plot of the movie, and from there, it's just your regular Lego game. You go through levels, beat up enemies, and collect studs and build things. Of course, some things are different. We got the Master Builder mode, which is really cool to watch play out. The Instruction mode, which was a fun little quick time event. I think I remember commenting on the voice actors being very eerily similar to Chris Pratt and Elizabeth Banks. Apparently they are different people, but man, I couldn't tell back then. The combat, I think, is the most problematic part for me. It's not hard, but it really depends on the situation. Multiple enemies, bad times ahead, brother. But one or two, you're more than fine. Gotta love Wildstyle and Vitruvius doing fuck all to help me out here. Why do I have to be the one to— oh, fair enough, I'm the guy with the piece on his back. The levels are a bit longer than I remember Lego game levels being. I don't know, I remember them being a lot shorter with other games. But honestly, minimal issues here. Well, next up we got another one I had no idea existed, which is why I love this damn series. Wacky Races Crash and Dash for the Wii, a request from Adam Gregory. That's a weird nostalgia trip you don't even know you could have. I remember very vaguely seeing a few episodes of Wacky Races on Boomerang as a kid. It never stuck with me because it's wacky fucking races, but I very much do remember it being a little weirder than the other Hanna-Barbera properties I knew at the time. Jetsons ain't doing this shit. But a Wii game? Yeah, I guess that was a hot market for racing games that thought they could be Mario Kart Wii. So let's choose the only racer I remember, Penelope Pitstop. Let's do it. Oh no! No, stop it, you! What's happening? I can't even keep my car on the road. What the hell are the controls? There's no tutorial. I can't play this. Oh, now I gotta put the screws back. This game is all over the place. I gotta appreciate the original animation, which looks like it was done by Hanna-Barbera. But the controls are non-existent. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Penelope! The track is that way! Ah, God, I'm sorry, Adam. I don't know what I'm doing. And there's no indicators of what's going on. Thanks for the request. This one didn't work for me, I'm afraid. Next up, we got a PS1 game, Small Soldiers, a request from Bobby H., first-time requester. I've still never seen the damn movie. Everybody's born in the 90s says it's a masterpiece, so I gotta get on that. Such, I won't know any of the beats with this game. And after playing it, I still couldn't pick up what the movie's about. This game is a shoot-'em-up style quest fetch game, where you gotta find certain objectives in dungeon-like settings, and I'm gonna be honest, I suck to this game. But it's kinda cool. It uses tank controls like a lot of early PS1 games did, and this makes Small Soldiers an ass to control. Shit's going on all the time, and though it's piss ugly to look at, the variety of enemies and weapons and callouts you can do really makes this unique. The tank controls do kinda hurt it though. I remember I'd have to turn around to find where an enemy was shooting from, and health is precious in this game. What the fuck is this movie about? I got no clues from this game. It definitely hurt that I didn't watch the film. I just do not know what's going on. I assume this has something to do with the plot, but what a weird plot for a film called Small Soldiers. Actually, looking at the cover, I assume this was going to be one of those janky fighting games of this era, Virtua Fighter and all that. But nope, it was a damn difficult but unique time that I found to be just bogged down by some slow controls. Well, we got two more requests, and starting us off is Disney Universe from PlushPaw. Yeah, he kinda just disappeared from the request game until he brings around this gem of nostalgia I never had. I remember seeing ads and commercials for this game all the time, and my god, I thought I was too cool to ask for a game like this. Yeah, around the time they made this, I got my first experiences with real men games. But I couldn't deny this looked really freaking cool, and I hate that I never got the chance to play it back then. But let's make up for 11-year-old Xander's mistakes by finally playing Disney Universe. I'm playing the Steam version as that was the most accessible as of recording this, so let's finally play. Son of a bitch. Yeah, something I never could have guessed. My PC can run Barbie Horse Trails and GTA 5, and somehow Disney Universe is too much for it. And I begged that changing the settings was the problem. Turns out the problem is not upgrading my PC to run Doom over here. Man, I really tried to play past the first Pirates level, but unfortunately, Disney Universe was never in my destiny to play. So, why don't I turn things over to the guy who suggested the game? Sucks I couldn't play it, but maybe some wise PlushPaw words will lighten our spirits.
Disney Universe is a pretty fun game in my opinion. It's great, an 8 or 9 out of 10 at least, and if Xander disagrees...
Well, then you don't get any fucking candy.
And if Xander disagrees, one of us is wrong, lame, dumb, and talks funny. That person would be me, as it's his show I'm on, so he's always correct. I admittedly was just gonna play a little bit of this game again for the cameo, but then I beat the whole thing because I just enjoyed it so much. I even did my own video on it. But to not retread too much on what I said in that video, this game has a lot of variety and it uses the franchises it has well, and to be honest, I would love to see a modern reimagining of this concept. Co-op games are on the rise, so now would actually be a good time, and it'd be cool to see franchises like Big Hero 6, Frozen, Zootopia, Inside Out, etc. And we've actually got to have the real characters playable.
Well guys, we got one more request, and it's from
From the guy who brought us Play with the Teletubbies and Barney Hide and Seek, we have Space Chimps on the PS2. Okay, I actually retract my sobbing. Space Chimps is not a perfect film, but it's mad underrated in the movies where animals go to space category. Definitely flawed, but still a fine movie looking back. Being homesick from school and seeing this on one of those off-brand channels you had because your parents didn't have cable, top 10 fever dream experiences. Well, okay, the last 2 games you bothered me with were straight up baby games I got nothing out of, and this is at least based on a movie that can be seen as a family film. So let's hope the third time's the charm. What's the developer? Brash Entertainment. Now, I trusted you for maybe a quarter of a second. If there was any company logo that could have ruined my day worse than Game Mill, Brash was definitely in the top 3. The guys behind the damn Alvin and the Chipmunks game. Okay, let's just get this bullshit over with. I ain't about that shit. So we get to the opening level and... Brian! Oh, this is gonna be absolute dog shit, isn't it? The game's jumping is so weird. For some reason, our character stops just a little whenever we jump, and it makes it so awkward. Speaking of awkward, sheesh. I'm not gonna act like Brash is a company known for amazing level design, but my god. The game is pretty much as basic a platformer as you get. You go through the level, and that's about it. At its core, it's basic bitch gameplay. This is some of the most frustrating level design I've ever seen. And on top of that, it really gets confusing on what to do. What? What the hell just happened? Did I glitch the game so bad I reset? Oh great, I get to do this shit again.
If there was a way to topple the beast, we might be able to escape.
Well, Luna, I'm very surprised at how well you compose yourself when hanging on for dear life. That's very impressive. Wait a minute. Am I in a stomach? Oh, the big giant beast that swallows us whole. A thing that's not in the movie. Wait, you had the balls to make this game. You made a game based on the movie I remember being high off cold medication watching. You made it into a video game, and you choose to have levels dedicated to something that doesn't even happen in the movie? That is a new level of dedication. This game is beyond annoying to play. I guess I gotta kinda expect that from the guys behind Alvin and the Chipmunks on the Wii. Sheesh, seems like a lifetime ago I checked that game out. As a matter of fact, my pure curiosity in that game is what led me to eventually create this series. So I can thank Brash Entertainment for that. Nothing else. I mean, shit, this company completely faded into obscurity after these 2 games. I don't think it's unfair to say this game sucks ass. It's bitch basic on its design, but still finds ways to beat game mill levels of frustrating and difficult to control. Wait, what is that? It's a lot easier for Luna to handle the bad guys if she gives them a shot of squirt first? What is that? What is that? What do you call that? Why is that in a kid's game? No, I refuse. I refuse. Movie fan, you are a nerd. I refuse to play this game anymore. This game has proven to me that hell is real and I'm going to it. I have nothing else to say. Fuck! Can't imagine so many monkeys in the Daily Mail and all of them coming anonymously so they leave no trail. Never thought I'd have an admirer from overseas, but somebody sending me stationery filled with chimpanzees. Some chimps in swimsuits, some chimps are swinging from a vine, some chimps in jackboots. Some chimps I wish they could be my Starsky and Hutch chimps. A chimp that's sitting on a cannon pair of Dutch chimps who send their love from Amsterdam. Another postcard. postcard with chimpanzees, and everyone is addressed to me. Another postcard with chimpanzees, and everyone is addressed to me. If I had to guess, I'd say the monkey sender thinks it's great. He's sending me, maybe she's sending me just to see me get irate. I'm losing sleep and it's gonna keep me up all night. I thought it was funny, but now I got money on a monkey fight. Some chimps in hard hats, chimps are working on a chain gang. Some chimps who love cats, burning rubber in a Mustang. A birthday wishing chimp, a chimp in black like a goth, a going fishing chimp, a British chimp in the bar. Another postcard with chimpanzees, and everyone is addressed to me. Another postcard with chimpanzees, and everyone is addressed to me. Somebody follow me even though I packed and moved my home. No matter what, they're coming, they won't leave me alone. Another monkey in the mail could make me lose my mind, but look at me shuffling through the stack until I finally find some chimps